Hello, Pisces North Node. Welcome to your reading for the November full moon, November 19th, leading into, I'm going to say December 3rd, just before the new moon in December. But really, because I'm using the energy of the full moon, these energies can trickle down into the beginning of 2022. This is the last reading I'll be doing for your sign this year. In the month of December, I will be doing weekly pick-a-card readings called Ushering in 2022, and those will be messages from different kingdoms and collectives, so you can keep your eye open for that. This here is a general reading though, so the messages may not resonate with everybody. Just take whatever strikes a chord with you and let the rest float away on a cloud of ether to whoever else in your Pisces North Node collective needs to hear those messages at this time. What else? Oh yes, if you're feeling this video, you could always give it a like. You can give it a little thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the Feminist Alchemist channel and click the bell to be notified of when I upload. If you're new to North Node readings, it is a mathematical point in your birth chart that signifies your soul's source of expansion in this lifetime. It helps you identify some of the energies and vibrations that your soul would like to experience to live out its full purpose and to feel more fulfilled in this lifetime. I do have a video linked below in the description box that is a general description of the North Node as has been communicated to me by my guides. And there's also a link to YouTube astrologer Astro Finesse, who has a lovely detailed video about what it means to have your North Node in Pisces. Now, if you're not 100% sure if your North Node is in Pisces, you can go to my website, feministalchemist.com, and click on North Node chart, and there is a PDF there that just lists all of the dates and years and position of the North Node in those times, and you can find out if your North Node indeed is in Pisces. So let's get to your reading. I am using here comes a card. Path of the Soul by Cheryl Lee Harnish. It is a fractal art oracle deck. So the first card that came out, number 22, Cosmos of the Heart. And then we have, I forget what this one is called. Number 3 is, I call it the peacock, but it's not the peacock. Awakening. Yes. Number 3 is Awakening. Then we have, 43 is Universal Connection. Oh, that one went flying. And again, he's come out 3 times today. Intuitive Arts Guide, number 38. So there's a lot of intuition at play here. A lot of you guys are getting creative inspiration in every aspect of your life. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be an artist to get creative inspiration, that's for sure. So what do we have here? Cosmos of the Heart. Of course, if you're new to my North Node readings, I read not in like astrological order. I read in order of, I read the pairings back to back. So if you have a Pisces North Node, then you have a Virgo South Node and vice versa. Virgo North Node, Pisces South Node. So when I read them back to back, it's like you get the mirror image of the energy. They're usually interpreting similar energy or the same energy, but in different ways. And so for that reason, usually at least 2 of the same cards come out in every round, almost every round. But yeah, So your South Node counterpart, Virgo, also got Cosmos of the Heart, an intuitive arts guide, although in a different position in this initial part. So what do we have here? So let me feel into this. Cosmos of the Heart. Love, 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 and not necessarily romantic love, just love all around. Remember that song, Love is All Around? I forget who sang it. It's one of those songs from the 90s of, dance music hits. But yeah, all I'm getting with that is the song Love is All Around. And then Awakening, Universal Connection, and Intuitive Arts Guide. Oh, I'm having love streaming in order to burst your heart open, burst you open to new experiences and to being almost more courageous in life and more courageous in your connections, universal connection. I'm just feeling this surge of love in every aspect of your life. And it will break you open in a way, in a positive way. And it will also strengthen your intuition and help you find new solutions. So you're getting also an energy of not taking the world so seriously anymore. Or not taking every situation, every slight, every challenge so seriously. There's a definite lightening of your spirit and seeing things from a much higher view and seeing yourself as more of a part of a whole than like a person who is being instead of being the odd one out. I'm getting the energy, I'm going to say this now before any other cards come out. I'm getting the energy of someone feeling like shunned by their group. Or feeling like the odd one out in their community for some reason. So I always ask for, Spirit to help me communicate things with as much compassion as possible. So, but sometimes that does mean that I have to touch on things that are a little sensitive for some people. But one of the first things I got with the acceptance of the group or being the odd one out, I have a feeling, got the feeling of someone, let's say, revealing their sexuality, coming out of the closet, or deciding to transition, because the transition card came out. So if that's you, there's something in this reading for you. Balance. Ooh, that one just flew out to say hello. 7th chakra, which is the crown chakra. Ooh. I'm getting a lot of tingles. Intimacy. I wasn't going to say where the tingles were, but now that intimacy came out, I'm just going to say, I'm sure that you know. Tingles. And where are my tingles? Nope. It's you guys' tingles. Then we got belief, everyone's getting 7 cards in this round. I usually take 6. Magic. Do you believe in magic? And I hope you do. I don't know the words, so I'm not going to kill you with that right now. And passion. Oh, and these 2 cards look so similar. The awakening card and the passion. That's awesome. That's beautiful for you, Pisces North Node. So yes, I did give the example of someone who is transitioning, perhaps from a male to a female or a female to a male. That's one interpretation. And I did get I got just the general energy of this, like awakening, like transitioning from your old self to your new self. And it's not an easy transition because this is not really quite this is in your 5D. So all these cards I took out by the Sacred Geometry Oracle and the Sacred Geometry of Relationships by Lon. I mixed the 2 decks together. These all represent your 5D, the calling of your higher self and your soul and what is sending through your intuition and synchronicities and such, in order to prompt you to, be aware of these energies that they want you to cultivate more in your being. So you have transition coming in, and it's almost looks like DNA. I'm getting like a kind of an upgrading vibe, but more of an increased awareness vibe. This is awareness, right? Yes. And now that you're aware, you're becoming more and more aware. Some of you are really fully aware, and some of you are becoming aware more of who you are genuinely. It's like you can't ignore it anymore, but it could be a difficult transition for you because of the beliefs that you have held up to now and the people that you are surrounded by. Someone has discovered their gift of mediumship. So this transition could also be like you are finding out that your 7th chakra is super open and you can communicate with the divine. Ta-da! Welcome. Welcome. And, the balance is coming in between like old life and new life. What do you want to take from your old life? What do you want to keep and what needs to be tossed? Once you love something and find out you're good at it, you, as much as we would love to, stay in. So they're giving me like the example of myself, for example. I've always been into tarot and into, had sight and insight and intuition. I've only come into like really using it for any purpose whatsoever, really, in the last couple years. And, there are times when I get overwhelmed of the 3D reality, and I just want to spend my whole day in my cards and in my meditations and such. But there has to be a balance, because you're not necessarily given these gifts to stay up in the higher chakras. They also need to be grounded into the earthly realm, for them to really have the benefit for yourself and other people. So that goes for, a lot of when we discover something about ourselves that we just want to jump into with both feet. There will be a time of, really immersing yourself into the new of what you found, but there has to be a counterbalance, There isn't out with the old, in with the new, but there's also a vibe of be selective of what you're going to bring from the old, and value some of the old as like your grounding elements, right? And they're saying, like, because if you don't necessarily ground into certain things of the past, like keep things with you as little treasures and nuggets of wisdom and things that keep you connected to essentially what really is part of your authentic self as well, parts of it anyway, is that it's going to come up later to be addressed. And they're like, yeah, you could use this energy and address it now. Like, let's just do it all now, not the next time this opportunity comes around. So they're giving you kind of that assignment. They're trying to communicate that assignment to you. 7th chakra. They want me to read what's on here. The energy of the crown chakra supports our feeling of being connected to a higher power and part of a larger whole. Yeah. I said something about being shunned. Did I not say something? Yes, I think I did. I'm just going to go like 7th chakra, intimacy, belief, magic. I'm just going to run through it. Opening your crown chakra, being aware of yourself as a part of a bigger picture, and it does not have to mean sacrificing yourself for the sake of the group. You are kind of used to that, or, being part of a hive as opposed to being a leader. That's in your south node. But Pisces is more like he goes with the flow, the fishy, swimming with the upstream. Sometimes he's going with the flow. He knows when to go with the flow and when to go against the current, right? Now that experience that your soul wants to have of being more of a mover and shaker and navigating different situations and different people may make you feel ungrounded. But they're saying, regardless of where you are in this world, in the sea, no matter which group you're affiliated with, which people you are dealing with, one-on-one group, like you're always connected, number one, to the divine, and through all of our divine sparks, you're all connected to each other. So there is no, you don't have to take it to heart if you don't necessarily feel, there's a lot coming in. Right? You don't have to take it to heart if you feel, like if your knee-jerk reaction is to feel shunned, you need to look at it twice. Because it could also just not be your problem. It doesn't have to be your problem. That person may not be aware that everybody is connected and you're connected to them and everyone has this divine spark. But if you know, you get to empower yourself, and that's it. Yay! They can figure it out, through your lovely example one day when they, are ready. But you are meant to have a high-level intimate relationship for sure coming up. High-level intimacy. Oh, wow. It's just like, I see a super divine relationship coming through. Super, super divine. Divinely guided, divine, like you guys meet on all levels of consciousness. Like, divine partnership Because it's like crown chakra, intimacy, belief, magic, and passion. You know, really believing in magic, believing that love can be like profound and unselfish and unconditional, and it can expand your heart and expand your soul, and it can also be really like wonderfully sexual. All of those things it can be. Woo! Yes. And in this like really essential transition that you're going through of like knowing yourself and becoming aware of yourself, you are going to gain a lot of wisdom that is going to help yourself and help other people. You know, you'll have a lot to teach people from your lived experience. I'm getting your soul wants you to find insight into like why your emotions are so deep. The Phoenix. I shouldn't say as to why. They want you to look into your deep emotions and find out what it is that's really behind them. Because that's where the wisdom is. That is where the wisdom is. I just pulled that Phoenix card down just so that, because I want to show you all of them before I lay them on the table. So I have here the Cosmovisions Tarot. It's mixed with some of the bonus cards that come with it. But this is just the major arcana of the deck and the bonus cards. But it is a full tarot deck with major and minor arcana and such. That way? Okay. Ooh. Oh. And which way is this one? This way. Ooh, the Peacock. So we got the Phoenix, which is number 5. There's the Hierophant in the traditional tarot. Then we have Sacrifice, number 12. What is number 12? Hangman. Yes. I think he's the Hangman. I'll double check that. Number 3, the Peacock in the upright, which is the Empress. And then number 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune life map, and it's in reverse. Okay. I'm just going to do a double check that number 12 is the Hangman. Yes, good. So let's see. The Phoenix. This is my transition thing. So some of you, your sun sign is definitely, some of you watching, your sun sign is Scorpio. And I keep going back to, that person out there who is transitioning. So if it keeps coming back to me, then I know you're watching right now. I know you're watching. And so for many of you, sorry, let me cut myself off and say this is your 3D practical, tangible, physical life situation. So these are the situations that are coming up in order for you to have your chance to learn and transmute energy and raise your vibration. Yes. And then I will also ask, after this round, I'm going to ask, how can we navigate this situation in order to reach a higher vibration? So with the Phoenix, we have rising from the ashes. Definitely some of you have been through like a dark time or a very challenging time and you've really fought through and come through on the other side and are looking to make some epic changes in your life. Like it feels epic to you because it feels like a huge weight off your back, freedom. You're really ready to take that step. And be like a new version of you. And it does involve like some sacrifice, letting go of some things, and maybe even letting go of how people see you. You know, in order for you to really step into your power and honor the depth of your emotions, right? Honor that passion you have for something, because up to now it feels like you haven't really been able to live it out as you really would have liked, you know. But it seems you're taking steps in that direction. And with the Empress, you see this door, like beyond this portal, the Empress is ready to walk through the portal. So you seem to be very much ready to walk through. There could be some hesitation on the practical side because while you intuitively know that this is the place to go and you have positive expectations for yourself for the most part, there are elements of the practical execution of it all and what it will mean for your life in terms of stability, especially like financial stability, or who is your support network going to be now? How is society going to take you? You know, how quickly will things progress? All those concerns seem to be around you, and the life map in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, is telling me that you do have some concerns. You do have some concerns that are preventing you or slowing down this transition. It's not a bad thing or a good thing. It just is what it is, right? You have concerns, valid concerns, as to how to move forward. Some of you are presented with a situation where you need to trust somebody that you don't necessarily have a lot of rapport with up to now. So it's a little bit of a leap of faith and trusting in a person, which, a lot of people are hesitant about. So let's just move right along, and I'm going to use the, do this first shuffle here. Lightseer's Tarot by Chris Ann. And we're just going to ask the Divine, how can you navigate this situation for your highest good at this time? How can you navigate this situation? And they're also going to tell me if there's some other streams of, some other possibilities of how this can be read. Pisces North Node. I'm not jumping out of the pack today. It's just like it's sending me tingles and stuff. Usually they just go flying across the room. So, but today you guys are giving me a whole lot of root chakra tingling, a lot of womb tingling, a lot of yoni tingling. So, awesome. I have no complaints there. So, I put them down and didn't even say anything. So we have the 10 of Cups in the upright. We have the 5 of Swords in the upright. We have the King of Cups in the upright. And we have the 10 of Pentacles in the upright. So I see just like this forward motion is actually very quick moving. Everything is going quite smoothly, or can go quite smoothly for you. 10 of Cups is like really... I'm seeing, well, the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, but I'm going to read it this way though. 10 of Cups, imagine your most perfect reality. And your other sign, your South Node sign, got the same thing, but with this card. Imagine your most amazing emotional reality. All of the people that you want are there. And don't base any of it in your fear of how they will react to you, or how you know them to be. You know, if you've had experiences with them in the past. So like, for example, if you know a parent can be very cruel or judgmental, that doesn't matter in this scenario. You know, they want you to have a picture of what you want your emotional landscape to look like, who that involves, what situations, what plants are around that give you an emotional, but all based on how you want to feel in the situation and what type of support you would like to have. So they're giving me the vision, like if you're being the Pisces North Node, if you're a fish in the ocean, well, first of all, are you an ocean fish? Are you a saltwater fish? Or are you a freshwater fish? And what lives in the ecosystem? This is, I don't know why they gave me that one in particular, but that's what they gave me. So, now, 5 of Swords is, it's going back to this, like, are you assigning people, are you anticipating an outcome or consequences without really knowing the whole story? And anticipating those outcomes, is it making you stagnate? Is it making you not see things through? Anticipating how people are going to respond, for example. Is it preventing you from taking those little steps forward? They want you to identify those things just to shine light on them. Right now, you don't necessarily need to do anything about them. But once you know that, hey, like my friend hasn't said anything yet about, my choice to move to Idaho. I don't know. But I can imagine when I tell her she's going to say this and she's going to say that. She hasn't said anything yet, right? It's, if your intuition, because you do have the intuitive card down here, if your intuition is telling you that that person is going to say that, fine, but you still have to give them, you don't need to ruminate over it. You can still give them room. You can prepare yourself on one end, but give them room to do something different, right? And even so, they're allowed to have whatever reaction they want to have. That does not have to change your standpoint on it or take you out of your emotional center and what you know to be true and right for yourself, because you believe in the magic and it's your magic to have and your magic to work with. So, that is part of what we're balancing in universal connection and the cosmic heart, or heart of the cosmos, and awareness. Like everything that you're allowed to have in terms of sovereignty, emotional, intellectual, spiritual sovereignty, so is everyone else allowed to have. And those different shapes and colors and vibrations of people is what makes the whole world go round, right? So if you do have, this divine connection to a person and they have a different point of view than you, that's still okay as long as they support you lovingly, right? 10 of Pentacles in the upright, I'm getting Hanged Man and passion and sacrifice. And the 10 of Pentacles is like, I'm getting the vibe of, you may feel like you're really putting yourself out there. You have to trust that once you reveal who you really are, that your network will come to you and that people will appreciate that for what it is. You basically have a lot of abundance coming to you once you do that transition, once you go through that hanged man experience where, you may feel, quote, they're saying hung out to dry. You may feel like you've been hung out to dry for standing up for what your passion is. However, this is what you have to believe. And you also have to believe that that turning over this chapter is going to result in a new beginning, because the tens are also a sign of something coming to completion, and that you having then also the space to reimagine your emotional landscape and your material landscape. Let's see what seeds are being, planted for you. This is the Herb Crafter's Tarot by Letitia Guthrie. I'm going to see what seeds you have. What was this? Oats? No, oats are here. We're going to see what seeds are being planted or have been planted for you around this full moon. Yeah. Anything else? No. Ooh, your tingles. So I definitely need to go back and talk about this high level divine connection, because I've got some pulsating in a happy place. So 3 of water, lemon balm, which is the 3 of cups. And then we have I just messed up my card. I hate doing that. Madre of water, which one is that? It's the Knight. It would be the Knight in the traditional tarot deck. So the Knight of Wands or Cups, Madre of water, oats. That's a nice feeling. The Lovers, of course. Hawthorn, it's card number 6. And then we have the Emperor. Hemlock, not the poisonous hemlock, it's a different hemlock. Yeah. Seeds that have been planted. So, with 3 of water here, 3 of cups, celebratory energy, I feel like you have planted the seeds for some very awesome emotional happiness, some celebrations with a good, a well-selected group of supporters, group of friends and family that really support where you are and where you're going. Around the cosmic heart and balance and the crown chakra. I'm also getting this like a Trinity kind of thing when I'm going to say Father, Son, Holy Spirit, although this has no religious denomination in this reading whatsoever. But I'm getting like Maiden Mother Crone, getting A full embodiment. They're giving me the term like full embodiment of something. Full emotional embodiment. So I'm feeling like you're going to feel emotionally much more complete very soon. That's the seed that is one of the seeds that's been planted. The Madre of Water, the Knight of Cups. Oh, I'm feeling romance. I'm feeling someone daring. Someone wearing their heart on their sleeve. So you're kind of planting the seed, or have planted the seed, for your inner world to be more present in your outer world, that you're able to show it more and reflect it. To show your true self without fear of judgment. Yep. Sovereignty and bravery when it comes to your emotions. The Lovers, as I said, divine connection, because you got universal connection, passion, and magic all together. But this all comes from you really putting your true self out there to be seen, because that is how they will find you. That's the beacon. You are the beacon for that. And last but not least, the Emperor. The intuition, intimacy, and I'm getting the seed being planted for like these two cards here for me are both telling me divine partnership, actually, where you really have a partner that you are able to create your ideal physical reality with, like really build a future with. On your, both your terms, because this is a true partnership, but really, you won't be, it's the normal compromises in a relationship, but you won't be sacrificing yourself like you may have felt you had to in the past. Yeah. So, last but not least, I will close your reading with an oracle card from The Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reed. Okay, no, those two. Just sticking to my fingers. All right. Oh, one upright and one upside down. So we have number 8, come together in the upright, and interesting. And coming apart, number 46 in the reverse. You have it come together and coming apart in the same reading. Pisces, like the same way you have the fish in the two different directions. It's quite interesting. What a day, the day of the full moon. So 8. This is the hours leading up to it. I think it's going to be in my time zone. I'll be at 3 o'clock in the morning. Almost 4 o'clock in the morning. So we're going with, it's about 8 hours from now. From the time I'm doing this reading. So what card are we looking at? Number 8 in the upright. Come together. Love needs to be shared. Love needs to be expressed. Drawing the come together card is a sign that you're on the path to discover the nature of this emotion in all its forms of expression: romantic, familial, unconditional, spiritual. In each instance, there is another being involved. Love involves a give and take between you and a significant other, a relative, a friend, an animal, and or spirit. This card assures you that love has come calling and seeks a partner in its dance. Know that you are cherished. Like a magnet, you are attracting love into your life. This is the time for harmonious, caring partnerships. So yes, so they gave me, what was the other message? They gave me the other message that even though the root chakra didn't come out, that like this awareness of love is all around. You should look up that song. If I remember, I'll look it up and post it in the description box of this video. So, but yeah, love is all around. And you're going to become hyper aware of that, and it's going to be in every relationship interaction that you encounter. 46. Coming apart in the reverse. Now is the time to take separate paths. So in the reverse, the meaning is a situation is unraveling and your best plans are leading you into a tricky maze. Your challenge is to separate out the elements of this puzzle to get a better perspective on what happened. You may have lingered too long in a place where you didn't belong anymore, seduced by a temporary solution. As you untangle yourself, it's important to maintain a sense of humor. Don't fret. You will learn something valuable that you'll need later when faced with a more dangerous situation. Breathe and know that you are loved. So they wanted me to kind of hover on the let me look at the other cards here. Lingering too long in a situation that may not have been serving you. So when we were talking about, I mentioned like being shunned. This could be by your family or by any other significant group in your life and feeling like the odd one out. Just like they want you to learn from it. Because as you go through this transition, you may be faced with even more intense manifestations of the same energy because they want to be sure that you have learned that lesson, right? So the lesson, this is what I was saying earlier, the lesson that they have set out for you now, do your best not to put it off because you need it. And they will ask you again, put situations in front of you again to make sure that you have taken the lesson to heart. So their advice is, strike while the iron's hot and don't leave things for tomorrow that you can do today. And that is it. Pisces, North Node, we made it. Woo! So, thank you. That was your last reading for 2021. Be sure to come back and keep an eye out on my social media channels. I'll also be announcing there the dates that the Pick a Card readings from the Collectives and Kingdoms will premiere. So the series called Ushering in 2022. And I will see you next year for your next North Node reading. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Until next time.